morning. Hi, how are you doing? Once again.
Yeah, really well. How are you?
Not bad at all, not bad at all. John, we're here to talk about the horses and the mares that you've got coming up for sale. You've got one of the biggest lots going in to the chairman's sale and the broodmare sale combined. And we wanted to find out a little bit more about these horses and the draft that you've got coming up.
Yep, sure. Look, as I think people are aware, we're selling everything that follows the passing of my father at the end of last year. So we're selling the farm, but we're also selling all the horses. And so, look, I think it really creates a really good opportunity for people to get out and have a look at some good mares, probably mares that typically would be retained by the studs.
Yeah.
But we're selling everything this time around. And there's certainly plenty of mares that in ordinary circumstances we certainly wouldn't be selling. I suppose one that really jumps out at the moment is a mare called She's a Wildcat, who's lot 10 in the chairman's sale. She's a full sister to the sire Foxwedge, and she's also got another stakes related sibling. She's a Fox. She's still a relatively young mare, but she's had some great success of recent times with the progeny on the track. Untamed, a 2-year-old, won the listed Fernhill stakes at Randwick only a few weeks ago. So that's a great result for her. So she'd certainly be one of the mares that we'd ordinarily be holding pretty tight, but because we're selling everything with no reserve, she'll be on the market.
Fantastic.
Look, Sprightly Lass is probably another one. She's lot 13 in the chairman's sale. Okay. She was a sensational racehorse. She's a group winner. She's by Snitzel. She's in foal of Pierro, so she ticked a hell of a lot of boxes there. Yeah. Her family, her dam Ultimate Fever has produced a number of black type horses. Okay. And so she's been a great producer. She's a very young mare, we'll be sad to see it go, but we'll be certainly cheering on her progeny as we go forward there.
Right.
In terms of other mares that we've got throughout the rest of the sale, we've got some good young get up and go mares that we like. Certain Ellie and Sebrikka. Now they're both mares that are in the broodmare sale. And look, part of our strategy was always recognising the Australian market that was really focused on 2-year-old speed. And I think probably in Australia there's a motivation by a lot of trainers, owners, everyone involved in racing to win the big features like the Golden Slipper or the Blue Diamond or the Magic Millions. Yep. And so both Sebrikka, and she's lot 37 in the broodmare sale, and also certain Ellie, who's 154 in the broodmare sale. They're young mares who are city winning. They won city races as a 2-year-old. So look, they're potentially providing some real upside there for potential owners. Ultimate Fever is an old favourite that has just been a tremendous mare for us over many years, and she's year after year only produced some sensational cracking types as yearlings. The 2-year-old, there's a 2-year-old now called Warmth, a filly it sold for 525,000. The one before that was 960,000. The colt before that was 925,000. And Sprightly Lass, who I mentioned previously, she was a very impressive yearling as well and sold for 250,000. The pleasing thing about Ultimate Fever, and she is getting on, but she's still in good condition, is that she just continues to produce really good-looking foals. But more important than that, they can actually run, and they're proven on the racetrack. So she's certainly an old favourite. She was a mare we purchased many years ago.
Right.
And she's been fantastic for us ever since. A couple of the other highlights, I think you'd have, we've got a young mare who's not in foal, Exotic Ruby. She's a mare that, look, we really just ran out of time with in her racing career. She's only had 4 starts, but she's never been unplaced. She's won one, she's second once and came third twice. Her last 3 starts have been, 2 of them have been Randwick placings and one of them has been a Warwick Farm placing. She's a young, lightly raced mare. We gave her a break, but we ran out of time. Because we're selling everything, she's on the market, but ordinarily we would have definitely tried to continue with her racing career.
What's her lot number?
She is, let me just have a quick look. She's 193, Exotic Ruby.
Okay.
Yeah. So, look, again, she's a mare that we wouldn't have been selling ordinarily.
Right.
That would one that we would have, continued to try and race her and then ultimately breed from her. She's a lovely mare, and she's by Snitzel as well. So one of the absolute leading sires in the Australian market. So look, I suppose in summary, that's probably the top lots of ours that we've got. We've got a few others that are worth having a look at. 12-pack Shelley's been a great producer. 12-pack Shelley is lot 87 in the Broodmare sale. She's got a good 2-year-old that's with Chris Waller at the moment called Rubinoff Moths. Sorry. And so we're looking forward to seeing him trial in the next couple of weeks, which will be pretty exciting, but the reports are good. Look, that's probably the highlights. They're all worth a look. I suppose it's different this time around. Everyone's had to spend a bit more money on videos and production because people won't physically be able to inspect them.
Yep.
But we've gone and done that, so I certainly encourage people to get on the website and click on the Luskin Park horses. As I said, they'll all be sold without reserve, so they're all going. It's a bit sad, but it's how it is, unfortunately. Yeah, it does. It does.
It's got to be done. Now, would you be able to talk a little bit more about some of the horses that are in foal from your highlights and what's sort of interesting about the pedigrees? Because I understand that you've done the analysis yourself.
Well, yeah. Look, a bit of the matching. Look, a lot of it, and you can see a lot of our mares that are for sale. That we've bred ourselves, the by Snitzel. We went to Snitzel extensively, really just recognising that he was producing quality racehorses, and we've been going to Snitzel for a long time. Right. So a lot of our mares have been to him and were produced by Snitzel as well. A lot of our mares you'll see are in foal to Flying Artie. We raced who was the Group 1 Coolmore winner, and he was actually the leading 3-year-old a few years back in the world. He won the Coolmore Stakes for us. We purchased him as a yearling, had a bit of fun with him, took us on a great journey with another great friend of ours, Wilf Mueller, and trained by Mick Price, and we had a great deal of success, and he's now standing at Newgate. He's just entering his 4th season at Stud, served some really good books of mares. So the first crop of yearlings have just sold this year, but we're excited by them, and we're really looking forward to seeing them race at the end of 2020, which will be very exciting, having followed his path as from a yearling to a 2-year-old to a Group 1 winning 3-year-old. And now he's having foals of his own, so that's very exciting. But I think you'll see now, because of our ownership or part ownership of Flying Artie going forward, that many of our mares, those nicely bred mares, have been matched up with Flying Artie.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing the videos and hopefully seeing all of them get sold really well in the sale in the next few weeks' time.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.